Well, so it's a Monday, and I can only do one thing, which is bring you everything from the world of sport as much as possible here on this channel, the Joy Sports channel on Multi TV. And also remember that it's only here on the Multi TV decoder. We will be getting into the newspapers in a bit, but right now I'll take you into the details of what we have for you. Remember that Ghana won bronze at the recently ended Under-20 FIFA World Cup. Well, two members of that bronze-winning team, Clifford Abuaji, who won the bronze ball, which makes him the third best youth player in the world, as well as Kennedy Ashia, who was able to score at the tournament as well, look forward to playing in the Spanish La Liga. They have big dreams and they look forward to making it big and eventually donning the national jerseys for the senior national team, the Black Stars. So that is what the future holds for them. That's how they see the future. How do you see the future of these players? Well, we'll be bringing you those exclusive interviews right here on Sports Today on the Joy Sports channel on Multi TV. We'll also be taking you into the world of boxing as we get ready for one big bouter in early August. The man Emmanuel Tego gets outside of Ghana for his first international experience, and surely it is going to be a must-watch and it is going to be a must-focus on. And we'll be getting into the camp of the boxer to bring you fresh news on what is happening in Emmanuel Tego's camp. We'll also be bringing you the latest when it comes to Ghanaian players all over the world with, of course, the player Razak Pimpon. Remember him, he sported a Rasta hairdo at the 2006 World Cup in Germany. I remember that he created that second goal that the Black Stars scored against the USA, with Stephen Appiah converting that penalty that he created. So Razak Pimpon has called time on his career after playing for his last club in Denmark. And there are so many other things happening. And a British man of Kenyan descent has also won Tour de France, the 100th edition, the century edition of the Tour de France. And what good news coming out of Kenya one more time, especially after producing a precedent for the United States of America. Well, also, of course, the man Derek Chisora, he had a win at the weekend when it comes to boxing, and he's looking forward to a rematch with the man Vitaly Klitschko. So there is so much here on the show today, and we'll be looking at so many other issues right here on the show. 1760 is the text code. I will be telling you about our future stars, the future Black Stars players who just finished their stint with the Under-20 national team. Two of them look forward to playing in the Spanish La Liga. They've got reasons for it. Those interviews and more coming up in a bit. But right now, let's do a round of commercials. After that, we run straight into the newspapers. Welcome to the show. This is Sports Today. Today, it will be boxing concentrated as well as we tell you about one of the biggest prospects in local boxing here in Ghana, an Olympian, Frederick Lawson. He remains undefeated after 21 fights, and he looks forward to blazing the trail that has been set by the likes of Azuma Zum Zum Nelson, who were there at ringside to watch him win against the Georgian opponent. He has now annexed the IBF International Welterweight title. It holds a lot in terms of the prospects for him. We'll be taking you there for the pictures of how it happened on Friday night, as well as we also look at the man Emmanuel Tego and how he's preparing for his first fight outside of Ghana. We'll also be taking you into the camp of Raymond Na, and he is also getting ready for another fight. Remember that he was able to record a very big win some weeks back, and now he is targeting the big names. Remember that he mentioned the likes of Floyd Mayweather, Devon Alexander, and all the big names in the welterweight division. Let's see how far he's able to go with that. It just tells you that this is a must-watch show. You have to stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Otherwise, somebody else has to come and replay all the stories for you. Let's get into the details of the newspapers now. We go to the graphic sports, and Kotoko coach is in a dilemma. Kumasi Asante Kotoko's head coach, Masoud Dramani Didi, is in a dilemma after Dr. KK Sapong quit as CEO. That broke ahead of the weekend, and the former boss of the Tema Oil Refinery now stepping down as executive chairman of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And so, of course, Frederick Lawson's feat is also captured there. He's been decorated with the title. And, of course, Enrique is a favorite for the Barcelona coaching job. Okay, so Luis Enrique, who used to play, now is a favorite for the job. We'll be telling you more about that when we get into the international news page. So let's get into the details on the local sports page now. And the national team, the hockey team, is preparing for the World Cup in Germany. And the development is that even though the minister promised that there will be some financial cushion, the team is yet to receive money and is still living in very, very dangerous times. So it will push off on Saturday in Germany and Mönchengladbach. So unfortunate news there. We'll be getting into the details some more, getting to officials of the Hockey Association to tell us exactly what it is. Now, one young lad here, Michael Richards, he is an England international, and he is referred to as football's Mr. Bling. So Michael Richards is captured in various scenes here. Obviously very single, enjoying his single life. So Michael Richards featured here on the lifestyle page of the Graphic Sports newspaper. Of course, he's also a lover of Hot Wheels as well. And you could see him there trying to wipe off some dirt of his Audi R8. His Audi R8. And now there's a feature here, setting the record straight. And it says Attoh have won 7 FA Cup titles. So this is by Thomas Freeman Yeboah of Metro FM Sports, who's also a member of the statistics operation of the Ghana Football Association. So Attoh having 7 FA Cup titles. Now, European clubs are preparing for the upcoming season. And there it is. It says, welcome back, Jose. Michael Essien there. Reviving his days at Chelsea. Wanting to prolong his stay there at Chelsea. And returning with the man whom he refers to as his daddy. Jose Mourinho. So that's the center spread. We now go to the local news page where Frederick Lawson was the man. Surely didn't come easy, but obviously Frederick Lawson has a lot of potential. To become one of Ghana's finest. And of course, the legend Azuma Zum Zum Nelson sitting there and giving inspiration to the boxer. Now we go into some of the local stories. Asamoah Gyan is cautioning the Black Satellites, watch before you leap. So there it is. The Baby Jet says that the Black Satellites players should watch before they leap, take it easy, and plan very, very effectively and with a very painstaking approach as well. And there we are. The Olympic champions are storming London to prepare for the World Championship in Germany next month. And on Friday and Saturday, all the big-name stars will be there. Usain Bolt will also be there. And, of course, Sanya Richards-Ross will also be there. Derek Chisora, he's been able to claim a WBO international title after he got a rather surprising knockdown of Malik Scott of the USA. And now he's looking forward to a return against Vitaly Klitschko. There's also a story about how the man Rabiu Mohammed could be on his way out of Evian Tonon Gaillard for a new deal And, of course, there's an interesting story here about Luis Enrique, and he could just be the man to replace Tito Villanova, who has had to leave because of health reasons. And Terry's place in Chelsea is not safe. That is according to Jose Mourinho. And Pimpong has been hanging his boot. He's hanging his boots for good. Remember, Razak Pimpong, he played at the Germany 2006 World Cup and also played at the juvenile level as well for Ghana. Now, he calls it quits. And remember that he was one of the players who featured in the Michael Essien Game of Hope. And he's been talking about how he wants to get into coaching. So all these stories and more there in the Graphic Sports newspaper. Let's now take a look at the 90 Minutes newspaper. And Michael Essien just seems to be rising one more time, especially after getting the backing from the man, Jose Mourinho. And Jose Mourinho has been praising the great Essien. And, of course, Dr. Keke Sapong there. And he's resigned from Kumasi Asante Kotoko PSG to pay £215 million for Lionel Messi. Van Persie is back on fire for Manchester United. So there it is. Swansea have rubbished the reported Wakaso move. And Arsenal want to pay £55 million for Luis Suarez. So figures are being bandied around, and who gets to sign who is still a very big question as we get to the end of the season. So Essien is an essential return, and he will surely play a big role according to Jose Mourinho. So Michael Essien back home at Chelsea, and he looks forward to making it big over there. And of course, there are more pictures of Essien and Mourinho reuniting one more time at the Stamford Bridge. And of course, player confidence increased a great deal. For, after that long chain of injury layoffs and all of that. Michael Essien is on his way back. Let's now get into the details of boxing now. And the man, Frederick Lawson, he was able to defeat his Georgian opponent. He won a unanimous decision, which surely did come with a lot of toughness. Let's take a look at what happened on the night on Friday. this big bout where the man Frederick Lawson was just working his way around George Ungradze. And of course, at this stage, much of the work had been done already. Frederick Lawson in the green and white stripes with George Ungradze on a very plain white trunks. So Frederick Lawson, remember, was an Olympian and was also part of the Beijing 2018. And obviously you could see that the Georgian opponent had given up at a point. And many say that Frederick Lawson's fight style will remind anybody of Ike Bazooka Quartey, even though he may not have shown.
IBF International Welterweight Champion is the boxer who represented Ghana in Beijing 2008. And currently, the ABU Welterweight Champion, the boxer, Frederick. So now let's move on to the current moments. The next one ongoing. Alhaji Inusa Saleh is there, the president of GPA, would have to join them in the current moments. So he also wants the much anticipated fight. I just come to an end, and the very close in the Kuka is the new IBF International Welterweight Champion.
He's a good boxer, actually. It's just that it's a number of time.
But it looks like in round 3, round 4, he gave you run for your money.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that he's a good boxer. He's not that bad, as I know. It's okay.
Now, for the first time in your career, 21 fights, you've gone through the round to round 12. How did you feel today?
Oh, we wait. Great. I feel great. Because this is the first time actually going for a discount. So I feel good. He's a chump! A little tired, but I'm okay.
Now tell us, from here, where do we go?
Heading straight to the top, because I don't think this title is going to be defended in Ghana here. Need to go outside the country to prove our best.
Now, do you have any message to your management, your supporters, your family members, your friends who are here in their numbers today?
I thank everybody for coming to watch and witness this fight and watch my crowning this evening. I thank them.
But your opponent, do you have any final word for him? Because he really gave you a lot to cherish about today.
He's good. Let's go.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What's up?
Frederick Lawson, big potential. Very big potential. And of course, there was also an exhibition bout, but you can start sending in your text messages. You've seen Frederick Lawson in action. What do you think the future holds for this young boxer? 24 years of age, has gone through the mill as an amateur boxer, started from the African continent, went through zonal competitions to the All-Africa Games and also to the World Championships as well as the Olympics, which is the biggest stage when it comes to multi-sport events. What do you think that the future holds for this young boxer, Frederick Lawson? He's gone 21 fights undefeated. So he currently holds the IBF welterweight, IBF International welterweight title. He could just be stepping into the shoes of the likes of Joshua Clottey. We'll be bringing you some more boxing, but let's take a look at an exhibition bout that took place on the bill. just before the night started off, so you could see some more empty chairs in the background. Well, so Ernest Amuzu and Emmanuel Enieje, and some very stiff, hard punching there. And so obviously, no boxer really dominating. And it being an exhibition bout, you didn't really have any stopping. And of course, the pace. Not much at stake. This is just warming up. But of course, clearly both boxers just trying to outclass each other. And one of the corners shouting, Kamele. Kamele in English will be translated, don't wait for him, just keep the punches going. And that's exactly what goes on when you're on the football pitch from the dugout as well. The corner getting very, very busy. Well, we're not done with boxing yet, but keep the text messages coming in. It's 1760. 1760 is the text code. You get in those text messages. Let's get talking, especially about the man, Frederick Lawson, whom we just saw. He is one big potential to become a world champion. What do you also make of his, his future as a boxer? We'll also be getting into the details of preparations by Emmanuel Tego, the WBO international champion, who also is looking forward to making a big impact in the United States of America as he goes in next month for his first fight outside of Ghana. Now, let's go into his gym, at the Second Star Gym. Let's take a look at what he's been up to in terms of training.
This time around, and if you know I feel USA, if you ever feel be you know like Ghanaians fan watch you okay. When I was early warrior, German one our full name American, or feel like this time around, no feel okay.
In Nakubuye, o training session ni o here e don nekenda. Is it because ake we are blue chilo?
Yeah, because blind checker will watch fight no. In last fight Ghanaians view in no young country. In the way we Ghanaians view. In I get the way we improvements that the young woman. Don't feel like this time around me, I say, Sanima prepare very well. Always a miss cinema cinema winning Ghanaians me by Sham. Sanima Fema and OG training what training and what you do. Because this time around preparation was your preparation because for first time one US in California and actual work by Jimana quarter. I feel like this time around where I know they were mature work by Namina course and will prove what one. I feel like okay, I compare.
Men knew things. Last time men knew Ghanaians were not too satisfied with her performance because opponent he was very tough. Men knew things ni okasi from na kind time to many.
Yeah, because of in last fight, call preparation in your good condition. She because of in opponent any na opponent airport no that we be in na opponent any na no. Opponent any time ni ta man must stop le do game plan wo fi gym fin wo fi game plan do fi to wo clear mind ni because we like opponent terminal any time when was stop le she na ke Philippines say no ba na meje na kan no because of pontilas ni ke no ani na ke fight man no ka ke wo bi bapo ni man no na egbo no sani man no no jin ye ni do ni feel like this time around ma feel no ko be
What fight in nake o physical trainer ni yo biele hu ekebo ya drill school me obanyani ogba of you what exactly ni nye fio in nake nye fi some 1 or 2 drill school me.
Yeah, because of in assistant coach ni head coach here ni training level pi if it on when you last day Ghana no pi jino no work here because on to work keeping the GFU no work at play Benny Bafika play move when you were encourage like when me show a play Osman about training match every any Beni attack play me for a week, Beni match again for a week. Because in first appearance, a gym number no Sana Mishigbe. Don't feel like this time around, like the way Beni be Taylor, in assistant coach, Jimoni, arrange Nibiam, Nikan head coach by me, Lebagbo, ni head coach a week name, make a me feel no fan, no like do one banagbe. Can be a no assistant coach, only be near you can fit I am in a year. Don't feel like a cock, campaign, you know, Lencher.
Okay, boxers, your conditioning here very important. Ni oya America, ten condition your ten.
Condition le in le the way Benima explain le ma she in condition very too strong because condition is strong chon. Because call 4.7 wa eko club and e gbojo. No ba get 3.7 wa 1 corner ko mi e gbojo alo no ko ni ko kwe bi ane me ni ke fi sparring can be like Ninwe me for la go chemo. La unko kwele good. Ni always fight ni man of money. Like in kele few preparation to the fight. And don't feel like they back camp or lolo ni like in kele face sparring feel like any be okay. Because when last fight ni no left thing no. Do be campaign they ba wa me sparring can be because they have a right. Do na ke blend go when last fight ni no. Ni beat very bad. She always miss ni ma feel and get win. Don't feel like this time around in I go back campaign one than my USA. Feel like any be back be ni level by new bill. The experience ni like it can me feel sparring ni a geo po chom can be that way be ni be ale. Feel like any be okay long way be no one like o'clock bass and if you ma introduce lenny manake inspire partner ni wa me be too cheap like tough sparring partner no feel like it. I feel no okay this time around.
Okay, boxing kewe ya no isani una one or two things about opponent. Opponent ukwe fights ulile.
Yeah, Giradwe in anale na gbomo shi neke majani bi ne no an your coach no dey work coach your gym dey ba chomi ni no jile no chumo because coach dey akwele nko okwe like that is no ba yan get ni bi ne fi on lojino ni coach say chomi e bi no don't feel like okwe coach so like 140 Apple Bright Wizzy that will be now me handle ni bi am me egbe ni can mention here.
Okay, so there's Emmanuel Tego speaking in the local dialect Ga. He says that, well, the last time around, he knows that fans were not too happy with his performance. Ronald Pontilias knocking him down on about 2 occasions. And, of course, he says that he wants to prove a point going into the United States of America, and he surely will do that. He's been talking about conditioning in camp and how his sparring partners are helping him out. He says that at the moment, he's working a lot more with his assistant coach because when his head coach comes through, then it surely is going to be a lot of trouble. He's been talking about his opponent, Robles. He says that Geraldo Robles cannot stop him as he tries to get world fame. And, of course, the fight is for the IBF Intercontinental Super Featherweight title, and it comes off on August 8th in the United States of America, specifically in California. And so Emmanuel Tego surely getting off to a good start in terms of his training and his conditioning, but everything boils down to what happens in the ring of the night of August 8th. And, of course, he has a record of 21 wins and 1 loss. Emmanuel Tego looking forward to major world championship success. Let's take a listen to his trainer, Niteko Tego, who is known in, is known around in boxing as Coach Akese.
Your confidence in me. Boxing can you and Kwale Ghana. She boxing Kudenchi. Boxers would you Ghana majority Amechongwana. Even Ike Alfred Tagbuena. Wanda Takime, Osmanu ya boxers would you Ghana fe minka me basi name. Na bene wenoni mano gontiji. Ghana mokomoko joaka you po ba no boxing. In start your boxing ya Ghana first. No am be your confidence here papa me. Ele ake papa le ni efe mo ma feel le pepe to boni mewe da papa feel e bile.
Okay o nephew ni anokwale ni.
Yeah. Yom no am we yo hemo ka yele ye mi ake enum wele fi mo. Yo fi am fe ni Ghana fan akwe. E na je wande yo num we ka fi ba trushi.
Attoh o nyami onupa ebi ne.
Moni se ho Jimmy ebi ni. Ne o bo na ke no go to oko ngo woda jeme yo mbini yo ma feel ojogba
onake ke ote abluchini oya no ya no isani kwe 1 or 2 tricks ko no banya no ke defeat your opponent na ke uchola ni BP o banya ni how small idea of new things ko ni ochonle
no ni je fi ake je pa ko ma abluchi in abluchi wa in London for almost 5 years champions ni ejeje no London ke me PA train no experience ele e yan wa bia mi ne fi ami ake no ni wo ba no e ke enye fo no ne hwe wo ke site le magana
how on can assurance say okay by the time ni August 10th alo 11th ba share fight what we knew
even August 9th flench me kenye me assurance ake what we knew mo no ke title le magana fight le what we knew mo hwe title le wo kwa Attoh game yo ye ni game un ye omowo na ye le na kan fele matele yesese ni ngba bagana.
Well, so that is the man, Coach Akese or Teko Tego. He's uncle of Emmanuel Tego, trying to build that relationship like, the Mayweathers. And he says that he's got everything it takes to give to his nephew so his nephew can become a world champion. He says that he has the big credentials and he's trained many of the big names who've passed through Ghana boxing as greats, the likes of Ikwate, Alfred Kote, and all. And he says that he even started women's boxing in Ghana, having trained the first set of lady boxers or female boxers in Ghana. He says that his son is ready for the bout, and they surely are going to do wonders come August. So let's see how it all goes. And of course, the CEO of Baby Jet Promotions, remember, Baby Jet Promotions is owned by Black Star skipper Asamoah Gyan, and the CEO of Baby Jet Promotions, the promoters of the boxer, have also been talking about the boxer's prospects and what they look forward to doing for him going into this bout.
What do you make of his training so far?
Yeah, I'm very happy about his training, and I'm very motivated because, the fight against Pontilas was very difficult for him, and he himself admitted that has been one of the most difficult fights in his career, and it's also told him that there's a lot for him to do, and to me, he's doing that lot. He's working on all the areas that he realized he needs to improve on. So I'm so happy, so much happy. I can see that we are battle ready for the bout, and come 9th August, we are in California. We are going to make Ghana proud.
The last time I spoke to you, you told me that when he gets to America, he was also going to be getting some technical tips from Floyd Mayweather Sr. That is big news for us. Yes.
We in our camp, you have the Baby Jet himself, the captain of the Blasters. You have Bafo Jan. You have Ales Ntiama. You have Utu. You have people who understand the game when it comes to the technical area, and people who have been in the game also when it comes to sports itself, and being in charge of the administrative areas and know what I'm supposed to do. So we were able to make all those contacts, get the people who we need to come on board. And fortunately for us, Mayweather Sr. loves the boy, so he's ready to support us. And even if we had gone for the 22nd date, he was going to train in their camp throughout. But because now they changed, it's affected their program. But even with that, he says he's still going to be there to give us all the technical support that we need. So it's an honor to us, and we are proud of it. And Asamoah Gyan sees Mayweather as one of the greatest idols. He himself will tell you that when he meets Mayweather, he will take an autograph from him. So it tells you that we are in the right path and we are the right area that we want to be. So we are going to make Ghana proud. And come 9th August, we are going to make Ghana proud.
Okay, so that is Samuel Inimado also outlining what they are going to be doing for the boxer. He says that the boxer has everything it takes to become a world champion, and he's got the big names and faces in the camp. Some relation to the Mayweathers, who surely have taken the world by storm. So let's see how it goes for Emmanuel Tego. Joy Sports surely will be covering all of this and bringing it to you every single minute. We'll be doing a bit of hockey, but let's continue in the vein of boxing. And the man Raymond Na, remember, he made a return after some years of inactivity, and he was very, very impressive in his last bout. Well, Raymond Na has been training at the John's Gym in the United States of America, specifically in Bronx, New York, and he's got messages for his upcoming opponent. So behind him is the man we call Jemfi, known to all the boxing camps of the main big Ghanaian boxers. So that's the John's Gym, the same gym where Joshua Clottey and Joseph Agbeko train when they are in the US, and they call it the home of champions. So some shadow sparring now, and right now Sugar Ray Na has improved his fight record to 26 wins and 2 losses, 21 out of the 26 wins coming by way of knockout. And so that's the John's Gym. And of course, this is
another big fight coming up.
The camp he's training with.
Ray Robinson, yes? Knock him out. We ain't no joke, man. He should get ready for his ass whoop. I'm gonna let the whole world know that he's fake Robinson. I'm the original Ray. Emulating Sugar Ray Robinson, the original.
So of course, this is shadow sparring. Shadow sparring with the man Kwame Asante. Remember, Kwame Asante trained Joshua Clottey to world championship status, the same as Joseph Agbeko. Some very, very fast-paced punching there, and the rhythm surely is very fast. Kwame Asante himself, a former boxer at the amateur level for Ghana. He fought with the security services back then when he was a young man. Been in the United States of America for a long time. And there it is. And he's not using the pads, he's using gloves. Surely a lot of toughness and a lot of skill as well as reflexes needed. So now he gets into the pads. And Kwame Asante it's surely very beautiful to watch. It's surely a whole different ball game as well when you're in the ring. So there, Raymond Na will be fighting Ray Robinson. So there it is. You saw the man for yourself, Raymond Na, brimming with a lot of confidence, looking very crisp, and very businesslike. And he looks forward to making a major impact. He says he wants to silence the rest of the world. Give him the opportunity, and let's see what he's able to do. And this is for the USBA, the U.S. Boxing Association welterweight title is the national title for the U.S., and he is going to fight Ray Robinson for that. Ray Robinson has a record of 15 wins, 2 losses, and no draw. So a big one in itself there, Delaware, USA, and Newark in Delaware is the venue for this fight, which will take place on August 2. So it's a very big month of boxing for Ghana. Of course, Raymond Na, and of course, the man Emmanuel Tego. So those are updates by way of boxing. You send a text message, 1760. 1760 it is, as we also get into football now, and the national under-20 stars who just emerged from the just ended under-20 FIFA World Cup as bronze winners have been talking big. They've been talking a lot about their careers going forward. And on last Saturday's edition of the Joy Sports Link on Joy 99.7 FM, we hosted Clifford Abuaji, the third best player in the world currently. And, of course, the man Kennedy Ashia of Liberty Professionals, Clifford Abuaji, playing his football for Inter Allies FC, and now attracting a lot of interest from all over Europe. The two players want to play their football in the Spanish La Liga, and they've been looking forward to big, bright prospects.
It wasn't easy because we lost the 2 matches, and there was some regulations that best third place can qualify to the 1/16 stage. So we work hard so that we can win the USA game massively. And by the special grace, we beat them 4-1.
So that day, what did you do? Did you watch the matches, some of the matches? Did you sleep in your room? What did you do?
No, we were watching the matches because some have to lose, some have to win before we qualify. So it wasn't easy.
Were you tensed?
Yeah. It wasn't easy because, as you can ask Abuaji, each and every player there, including our technical bench, we were praying so that Egypt will win or they draw the game. And by the grace, we got that. So it wasn't easy.
So where in the hotel were you when these last round of matches were being played?
No, I was in my room with my roommate. Who
was your roommate anyway?
Joseph Atama.
Atama, okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah. When we were in our room, we were all expecting for the good things because Mali wasn't able to make it for us, and it got to a point where we had only 2 chances. That's Egypt and some other matches. I think England. So we're like, we are all praying so that Egypt will win this game. So
while the matches were going on, you were praying? Or?
Like, we were hoping for the best because, we couldn't be praying for someone to lose because it's a tournament and everyone is hoping for the best. But we were hoping...
Yeah, but somebody has to lose.
Yes, but we were hoping for things to go right on our ways.
Now, that morning when you woke up, did you gather for any meeting? Did the coach say anything extra to you guys?
No, we didn't gather for any meeting, but as the players, we knew we could qualify, so we were still praying, we were still doing our normal gatherings and all this kind of stuff. So it was really tense.
Okay, tell me about the moment when you realized that Ghana had qualified.
Wow, it was awesome because it was like a surprise and everyone was jubilating. Like, we came from nowhere and with 3 points we were able to qualify. So everybody was happy.
What did the magic in the second round? I saw a totally different team. What was different?
We lost our first 2 games, and going into the USA game, we were well motivated. The boys went in all out. Everybody was like, we have to win this game. So I think that morale was that morale that led us into the other matches because, we were all determined because when we were leaving Ghana, we had this thing we used to say open and close. So like as we open the tournament, we would go to the finals and close the tournament. So when we had a chance to play in the next rounds, I think we went in all out.
I see. Portugal obviously was a very, very tough game, wasn't it, Kennedy?
Really, very, very tough game because they played very well, and we worked hard before winning that game.
Did you ever think that you could overcome Portugal like that? Did you expect the game to go back and forth that way? Did you ever expect that?
Yeah, because we watched their matches, and we saw that they are a very good side. So before we beat them, we have to work hard, and we did that before winning that game. Before going to the tournaments, every Ghanaian know Kennedy Shia is he know how to score. So they were looking up to me. So I didn't start it against France and Spain. The third match, I came in. Immediately I came in inside the game. Within 3 minutes time, I got that goal, and I was very happy because being in World Cup, scoring a goal, is a very good news for a player. That's football. Yeah. Sometimes you'll be a first 11 in your team, the national team will be at the bench. So I wasn't surprised. That's football.
They were like, I'll use a local dialect, like like, they were like all this kind of stuff. But that's what all Ghanaians expect from us, because they have the confidence in us and they expect us to bring the cup home.
You think that this team was equally as good on the scale of 1 to 10 in terms of quality?
In terms of quality, I can't say anything much because they brought the cup home and we weren't able to bring. So people will judge them as better than us. But for me as a footballer, I don't think I can make any differences.
Here in Ghana, on the local, right now you're rated 3rd in the world. But before that, Who did you see as better than you were? Of course, maybe here on the local scene, for instance.
I didn't see anyone because I knew what I could do on the pitch, and you know, I was sometimes when I watch the Premier League, I was like, oh, I can play in this league and all this kind of stuff. Until I got the call up to the national team and went to the African Cup and also displayed my talents in the World Cup.
At the African tournament, for instance, did you think that you were the best with the role you were given?
Yeah, even though I didn't get a good tournament, I knew what I could do, and I just think I didn't get a good tournament.
And, but you've been taking more of pictures.
More of pictures, because anywhere I go, you know, even when I'm going to buy things, you know, people they like to buy things for me free and all this kind of stuff. But,
tell me about the last experience. Where was it? Where did it happen?
I think it was in a restaurant around Dungwa.
Okay.
Like I was going to buy food, and there was this man who came in and he was passing, and someone told him this the boy who was in Martin Justin, and he came like, whoa, so you are here and you won't let us know. Let's go. Anything you want to eat, anything you want to drink, just take it free.
I see.
Yeah, sure.
What about you?
Have
you become a more popular player?
Yeah, playing a World Cup is not easy. I'm happy, and I'm happy for Ghanaians. The way when I go out, someone called Asia, come let's take a picture. I'm proud. And 2 days ago, I went to Kantamantu to buy belt. One guy called me, Asia, come take the belt and go. Don't pay any money. Go, you have done well for the nation. So I have to give you this. So I was happy.
I see.
Yeah.
You're enjoying a lot of free stuff, I should be. Growing up, which of the leagues around the world did you always want to play?
I wanted to play in the La Liga because
I see.
Yeah, because you know people have been telling me not only people, but I think for my type of game, I think I'll sit in the La Liga.
You sit in the La Liga.
Yeah.
Okay. So how does it feel that recently you were also linked with Barcelona?
It feels good because Barcelona is one of the best clubs in the world, and it's a great feeling. I hope things go through.
You hope things go through?
Yeah.
I see. All right. Now, we'll also be talking about, those who inspire you. I mean, for you, you've got a lot of skill, you've got a lot of talent, and you're moving at a very, very fast pace. So, I mean, who inspires you? Who inspires your style of play and all of that?
Andres Iniesta is my role model. He's someone I've watched since I was about 15 years, because, when he's coming with the ball, you can see the sense behind him, and you can see his movement and his touches. He's a superb player. For me, he's the world best player.
I see.
Me, yes.
Kennedy, I'm sure that you've also had your fair share of who wants you to come and play for them and all of that. But ideally, which place have you also been dreaming of to play?
I want to be in Spain.
Spain as well?
Yeah, because the way they play the La Liga is very excited, and my role model is Xavi.
I see.
I love the way he plays, and I always watch him. So I've been learning many things from him. So I wish to be in the La Liga.
You want to?
You've heard the players say they want to be in the La Liga. Okay, so you bring in your comments at this time. 1760 is the text code. Let's now focus on some other players who made it big at the Under-20 FIFA World Cup, and we're talking about the man Ebenezer Sifa, who ended up the biggest scorer, and Tunisian side Club Africain are close to signing the Under-20 player together with his teammate Seydou Salifou, and this is according to Shems FM, and the Red and Whites are determined to cause a major transfer coup to bring the promising young talents to Tunis. Sifa, a striker, emerged at the top at the just ended competition, scoring 6 goals. Now, Ghana Under-20 defender Richmond Nketiah is in Germany to chase a foreign deal. Now, the right back who played at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup as well was spotted at the Mercedes-Benz Arena, home of Bundesliga giant Stuttgart. But the Mediama SC player is yet to start training with any club. Nketiah played 6 matches for Ghana, which won bronze at the Under-20 FIFA World Cup.
And also, Michael Essien was key in a pre-season friendly, which was played in Asia. And of course, the Blues handed goalkeeper Mark Schwarzer his debut, with trialist Bertrand Traore also starting alongside new signings Marco van Ginkel and Kevin De Bruyne. So Jose Mourinho's men dominated the match from kickoff and took just 6 minutes to open scoring in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So Michael Essien playing a key role there in that game. And of course, Christian Attoh has now announced the intention to leave Portuguese side FC Porto, and this is going to pave the way for him to join English sides, either Liverpool or Tottenham. And the move by the Portuguese giants is to frustrate the Black Stars prodigy, and this seems to have infuriated the Ghanaian, who took to Facebook to announce his decision to leave. Now, Attoh has been locked with a contract wrangle over Porto all over summer, with the club keen on tying down the player to a new deal to increase his buyout clause. However, the 21-year-old has refused all offers from other clubs and just wants to leave for now, leave FC Porto for now. So Christian Attoh just on his way out of his way out of Portugal. He wants to leave FC Porto. Let's focus on more players, and we go to John Kofi, who's left English giants Manchester United to join second-tier side Barnsley. The attacker signed a 1-year deal with an option for a second year at Oakwell. The 20-year-old, who spent time on loan with Sheffield United and Notts County last season, was snapped as a free agent after penning a deal at Oakwell. The striker says, "Obviously, I'm happy to be here." And the player who was born in Ghana turned professional with Manchester United and featured for England's under-17s before heading out on loan to United's affiliate club Royal Antwerp. And a Ghanaian youth defender, Daniel Boateng, he continues to impress in a preseason tour with Arsenal's reserve squad as he made a second-half appearance in their 3-0 defeat to English lower-tier side Boreham Wood on Saturday. Now, the 20-year-old player has returned to the Underhill, especially spending time last season at Oxford United, and has already played in preseason games for Steve Gatting's under-21 side. Boateng was among triplets introduced by Gatting before the start of the second half to help anchor his defense, and he has achieved a considerable amount of success in the games played so far. So the player is looking forward to making a bigger impact than he is now. Okay, so let us also go into KP Boateng. Kevin Prince Boateng is also in the news. He has begun preseason training with AC Milan. Remember that there were many suggestions that the player could not stay on at AC Milan. There were many rumors that he could just be on his way. But, well, there he is. He came off the bench to score a goal for AC Milan as they transfer D side Perego Letese 5-1 in a warm-up game. This was played on Saturday. So Kevin Prince Boateng just looking like he just will remain at home, and home in this case is AC Milan. And also the man, Rabiu Mohammed, is also in the news. He could just be on his way out of Evian Tonon Gaillard, and the Ghanaian international. He is set to switch clubs as his coach reveals negotiations with suitors have begun. Evian Tonon Gaillard coach Pascal Dupraz has stated that the Ghanaian midfielder Rabiu Mohammed is likely to leave the French side. Several European clubs have circled around the 2009 FIFA Under-20 champion for a signature. Benfica, Fulham are all clubs that have been mentioned as one of them, and the clubs interested in the services of this Black Stars player. French clubs Lyon, Lille, and Marseille are also said to be interested in Rabiu Mohammed's signature. Another player is also in the news, Emmanuel Boateng, and he is a graduate of Right to Dream Academy, and he has joined Swedish side Helsingborg on a 3.5-year deal. Boateng, who's 19, joined Helsingborg from the University of California in Santa Barbara after impressing on trials. According to the club, Boateng showed fine qualities when Helsingborg's under-21 team played against Häcken. The midfielder scored 4 goals and 4 assists in 18 games for Santa Barbara Soccer Club last season. And Boateng got a scholarship to play in college football in Southern California in the USA after leaving the Right to Dream Academy in 2008. He will be linking up with fellow Right to Dream Academy graduate and friend David Akam at Helsingborg. And, of course, Boateng is the 16th graduate to sign a professional football contract from the academy. Let's now focus on the player, Matthew Amoah. And Matthew Amoah has been dropped from NAC Breda's squad for the upcoming season. And, of course, they have taken the official group photo for the season. And the former Ghana World Cup star was not included in there. And this surely goes to indicate that he may not be part of the squad. NAC Breda have offered the Dutch-born Ghanaian player Jeffrey Sapong a contract, but are yet to give a lifeline to striker Matthew Amoah, despite his impressive form in the preseason. The players of the Dutch Eredivisie side took an official photo for the 2013-2014 season, but Amoah, Boldizar, and Bodo, who are other players, were not included, and it means that the club has not offered them any contracts whatsoever. Well, sad news, isn't it? Let's now focus on Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and of course now Asante Kotoko have to begin the search for an executive chairman because Dr. Kofi Kodua Sapong is no more the CEO of the club. He stepped down on Friday, and this is after 3 years of service. The chartered accountant is said to have tendered in his resignation on Friday, and this is something that Ben Inti confirmed. Now, the club's and, of course, the club's live patron, Otumfuo Setutu II, is yet to make any official comments on this decision. And, of course, he helped, Dr. Keke Sapong helped to rebrand Kotoko by securing multiple sponsorship deals and the famous partnership agreement with English side Sunderland. And he has begun work on the Kotoko Adakujachi project, which involves a befitting training ground and office complex. So he also wanted to make attempts to revive the club's academy. These are achievements made by Dr. Keke Sapong, but many have criticized him for the policy to transfer players or to sell players, and this is one thing that many of the fans and the sections of the fans are not too happy with. So that's it on Dr. Keke Sapong. Of course, there is also a game to be played in honor of the ex-departed former president of Ghana, His Excellency John Evans Atta Mills, who was an ardent hockey person. And Ghana is expected to play host to old foes from Kenya in male and female divisions in this memorial match day. And this will be played at the National Hockey Stadium. And all of these games will be pushed off on Wednesday as Ghana plays Kenya, both men and women, or male and female, in honor of the late President John Evans Atta Mills, who died a year ago. In 2 days, we'll be celebrating that. In 2 days, we'll be celebrating that anniversary. So I will take a round of commercials. Immediately after that, we get onto the international scene and know what is happening over there. You stay tuned. This is Sports Today. President Nelson Mandela, after he could not do so at the 2013 AFCON. The Nigerian striker was top scorer of the 2013 Africa Cup of Nations, and he wanted to get the chance to personally meet South African icon Nelson Mandela. But he said that he was a long-time admirer of Mandela, and he admires him especially because he fought to liberate the South African nation. So, well, let's just see how it goes. Now, this handshake his craving for could just come through. It looks very impossible now, considering the condition that President Nelson Mandela is in. But, well, he hopes to be able to do that when they play in the Nelson Mandela Challenge Cup. His club, Spartak Moscow, is going there to play in that game. Let's also feature one other player, Shola Ameobi, and he celebrated his return to the Super Eagles team with a goal. And he scored for Newcastle's club in a pre-season friendly, and Newcastle's consolation goal came to Newcastle's consolation goal came in that game against Rio Ave, the Portuguese side, 76 minutes into the game, and of course Shola Ameobi, he was able to score that goal. And of course he's been called up by Stephen Keshi for the Mandela Challenge Cup against South Africa on August 14 in Durban. And so the Nelson Mandela Challenge Cup surely going to feature very big names. Of course, we have the likes of Shola Ameobi himself, and of course Emmanuel Emenike, really looking forward to playing. And of course his team, Nigeria, and not his club, Spartak Moscow, are going to play in the Nelson Mandela Cup. So Nigeria playing South Africa in that big tournament to honor Nelson Mandela there. Let's now go and focus on Zambia. Zambia has won the COSAFA Cup, and of course this surely is going to go as a plus for them as they build up gradually to the game against Ghana in the final round of qualifiers for the group stage of the FIFA Under-20 FIFA World Cup in Brazil. There's been a lot of talk about how Zambia could create a lot of problems for Ghana, and they'd be defending champions Zimbabwe 2-0 to win the COSAFA Cup. And 2 goals from Alex Ngonga and Kabaso Chongo carried the day for the Chipolopolo, and now they are champions of the COSAFA region. And FIFA has sanctioned Equatorial Guinea for using a name, an ineligible player in the 2014 World Cup qualifiers against Cape Verde. And so Cape Verde were awarded the 3 points for both games and 3-0 wins as well, which moves them to 2 points behind leaders Tunisia. The final group game between Tunisia and Cape Verde will now decide who advances to the final playoff. Isn't that interesting? And prior to FIFA's move, Tunisia thought they had progressed with the Blue Sharks being eliminated. But then the Cathay Eagles learned that Equatorial Guinea had potentially flouted FIFA's rules, and this is going to affect their qualifiers against the islanders, Cape Verde. And of course, this surely is going to be the decider. And of course, these qualifiers are taking some very interesting turns. And well, let's see how all of that goes. Let's now go to the Egyptian FA, who are in talks with a marketing company to play a friendly against Mali on August 14 amid preparations for the African qualifiers of the 2014 World Cup qualifiers for Brazil. Reports say that the match will be held in Morocco because of security concerns due to Egypt's current political conflict. However, FIFA spokesman Amzi Megahead confirmed to Ahram Online that nothing has been finalized. Megahead also confirmed that the second consecutive Premier League cancellation is final and there is no chance it will be resumed. Earlier in July, Egypt's American manager Bob Bradley turned down an invitation from Jordan to play a friendly, citing previous commitments for Al Ahly and Zamalek's international players due to the African Champions League. Now, the Cairo Giants will face off on Wednesday, and Egypt secured a place in the World Cup qualifiers playoff after ensuring they would finish top of Group G with 1 game to spare. So let's now get into some more details of what is happening in terms of clubs getting ready for action in Europe. Let's now go and take a look at some preseason friendlies that have been played and preseason preparations that have been done by some of the clubs. But before that, let's also go into the details of some of the text messages you've sent in. This one says, Essien is great. Okay, Essien is great, and we cannot forget him in the national team. Essien Uyeje Mumuni Inusa from Salaga North. Clifford Abuaji is my hero. This is from Lucy in Tema. And this one says, I think Clifford Abuaji will grow into a very great player. God be with him. Okay, thank you very much for all those text messages. Let's now get into the details of the preparations by some European clubs.